Good afternoon. Please find your seats. The ceremony will begin momentarily. Welcome to the Jay and Susie Gouge Performing Arts Center for the installation ceremony for President Christopher B. Roberts. Please welcome Mr. Robert Dumas, Auburn University Board of Trustees President Pro Tem.
Good afternoon and welcome as we celebrate the installation of Dr. Christopher B. Roberts as Auburn University's president. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am honored to see so many members of the Auburn family here today, and I know there are countless more watching on live stream. We will open our ceremony with the singing of our national anthem. I ask that you stand as you are able. Miss Lila Meadows, a senior majoring in music, will lead us in song.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lila. Please be seated. This is indeed a great day in the life of Auburn University and a historic occasion for our institution. The official installation of our president is more than a formal ceremony of a mere display of tradition. Rather, it is an opportunity to demonstrate our belief in one individual to lead our institution into the future, while also celebrating the shared values that continue to guide us forward. On behalf of the board, I thank you all for investing your time, your trust, and your support in Dr. Christopher Roberts as Auburn University's 21st president. I would like to take a moment and introduce some current and former members of the university's leadership who are with us today. Would the following individuals and groups please stand and remain standing until all groups have been recognized? The Honorable Kay Ivey, Governor of the State of Alabama and President of the Auburn University Board of Trustees. Former members of the Auburn University Board of Trustees. Our interim provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Vinnie Nathan. Our chancellor of Auburn University at Montgomery, Dr. Carl Stockton. The vice presidents of our university and the deans of our university. Please join me in giving these wonderful leaders a round of applause. As I mentioned, today is an occasion that is both reflective and exciting. It is a time for our campus, our community, and the Auburn family to reflect and reaffirm the values that shape our university. Values that for 80 years have exemplified the culture of our institution, guided us through times of success and times of uncertainty, and served as the hallmark of what leadership means at Auburn. Of course, I'm talking about the Auburn Creed. The Creed's timeless words give meaning to our actions and decisions and shape our collective experiences while characterizing what it means to be a part of the Auburn family. The Auburn Creed inspires confidence in our leaders and allows us to look to the future with the belief that regardless of how our university or the world around it may change, each of us remains grounded in a set of shared values that include hard work, mutual respect, honesty and truthfulness, a sound mind, a sound body, and a spirit that is not afraid. As many of our student leaders, including last year's Student Government Association President, Mr. Jake Haston, will attest, the Auburn Creed empowers us to lead by example and strive to do the kind of work that improves the quality of life for others.
I believe that this is a practical world, and I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work.
I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind, in a sound body, and in a spirit that is not afraid, and in clean sports that develop these qualities.
I believe in the obedience to law because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in the human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all.
I believe in my country because it is a land of freedom and because it is my own home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God.
Because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it.
War Eagle. Thank you, Trustee Dumas. It is an incredible honor to be here to celebrate Auburn and share our excitement for our university's future. As Trustee Dumas said, what brings us together today is our love for Auburn and our enthusiasm for where we are headed under President Roberts' leadership. I had the distinct pleasure of serving my fellow students last year as the president of the Student Government Association. Coincidentally, I was elected to that position on the same day President Roberts was announced as Auburn's 21st president. I think he and I can agree it was a rewarding year of firsts for both of us and our leadership roles. From our first meetings with students to our first day of classes, President Roberts consistently demonstrated his deep and unique care for Auburn and its students. He has been eager to help on numerous student-driven initiatives and projects, including initiatives focused on making Auburn a more equitable campus for all students. We achieved this work thanks to a shared appreciation for the Auburn Creed and a leadership philosophy that included listening before acting and understanding before responding. The work student leaders do cannot happen without the support and encouragement from the university's leadership. As any student leader will tell you, our goal is to leave Auburn's campus better than we found it. As I prepare to graduate in a few weeks, I know that my fellow graduates and I leave Auburn in the hands of a leader who understands how special Auburn students are and the value every student, faculty, and staff member brings to our campus community. I am confident that years from now, Auburn will be a better university thanks to the vision and leadership of President Roberts. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. We certainly appreciate your leadership. Among Auburn's many distinctive strengths is its faculty, a group of devoted teachers, researchers, scholars, and leaders who uphold the integrity of our institution through their ability to expand our horizons, develop our capacities, and deepen our commitment to humanity. Dr. Carrie Enger is no exception. As the Harvard College Advisory Council Associate Professor in the School of Accountancy, Dr. Enger recognizes how the role of Auburn's faculty reflects the aspirations and core values of our institution, both now and in the future. With a research portfolio that examines the intersection of financial accounting and corporate taxation, Dr. Enger is a dedicated instructor and internationally known scholar who has been recognized with several accolades, including the Gerald and Emily Leeschuk Endowed Presidential Award for Excellence in Teaching, the university's highest teaching honor, as well as the Alumni Undergraduate Teaching Excellence Award. Understanding the importance of service to our institution, Dr. Enger exemplifies the value in several ways, most notably by creating opportunities for her students to help underserved communities complete their taxes as part of the Impact America volunteer program. I am pleased to invite Dr. Enger to offer her remarks on behalf of the faculty.
Good afternoon. As a member of Auburn's faculty, it is an honor to speak on behalf of my colleagues and offer a few words on the importance of this moment in the history of our university and recognize its significance to the faculty, staff, and students who play critical roles in advancing Auburn's land-grant mission. The installation of President Roberts comes at an important time for our campus, as it signifies the growth and evolution that Auburn is well positioned to undertake. As faculty, our responsibility is to uphold Auburn's enduring tradition of discovery and innovation through our shared values of service, collaboration, and commitment to excellence. However, we can only realize this work by fostering an academic community that leverages creative talents with individual strengths and advances the kinds of teaching, research, and outreach that transcend disciplines and ultimately impact the quality of life. Those of us in the Academy understand that much of our success results from our ability to empower others, especially our students, to realize their passions and achieve their potential. Cultivating that kind of transformative environment requires a leader who shares our drive for excellence and builds paths paved with mentorship, collaborative experiences, optimism, and opportunities. Throughout his nearly 3 decades at Auburn, President Roberts has consistently epitomized these values through his roles as a servant leader and colleague. Realizing the impact that Auburn faculty have in developing the next generation of scholars who will solve the most critical societal challenges, President Roberts celebrates the work of faculty by recognizing the value of our contributions, promoting interdisciplinary approaches, attracting and retaining outstanding talent, and building partnerships that result in new fields of inquiry. Simply stated, he believes in the capacity of Auburn faculty to do extraordinary things. I arrived at Auburn in 2012, the same year he assumed the role of Dean of the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering. President Roberts brought an expectation to the college that elevated its research enterprise and strengthened its impact on the community. More importantly, he provided the vision, support, and encouragement to achieve his goals, strategically hiring faculty and embracing a culture of hard work that resulted in significant growth in extramural funding and support for groundbreaking endeavors. It was evident to me from his initial days and weeks as president that he brings these same trademarks of great scholarship to the university community. Through his leadership, President Roberts has already shown us what we can achieve and how Auburn faculty can positively impact the world. I am confident that the high bar he has already set inspires hard work among our faculty, leading to an even greater research culture, a more connected student and faculty experience, and a spirit of excellence embraced by all members of our campus community. While our roles as faculty members may have evolved over the past few years, our shared values have not. Exemplifying these ideals, I believe President Roberts will continue to demonstrate integrity and passion, building Auburn into a stronger institution where education, research, and service flourish. Thank you.
Again, on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, it's an honor to come together on this very important occasion. I ask you to pause and consider something unique and special about this day. Throughout Auburn's distinguished 167-year history, we have only gathered a handful of times to install a new president. While a momentous event, today is important to our university because it is an extraordinary opportunity to symbolically transition the leadership of our institution to an individual who represents the very values and ideals that we all collectively share. It is also important because it allows the Auburn family, our faculty, staff, students, administrators, alumni, and other stakeholders to come together and reflect on Auburn's journey, our past, present, and most importantly, our future, and trust our institution to Dr. Roberts and understand our roles in helping him realize his vision, and reaffirm our belief in Auburn's land-grant mission to serve our citizens through excellence in education, research, and service. Former President John Quincy Adams once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Any of you who know Chris understand his capacity to inspire others through his roles as a scholar, educator, department chair, dean, and philanthropist. However, we can all agree that among his many remarkable attributes, his most extraordinary gift, as Dr. Inger stated, is his capacity for servant leadership. There is no better example of this than his many successes in the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering, where he demonstrated a profound ability to cast a vision, inspire the excitement and momentum necessary, and achieve it. As dean, Chris's vision centered on three core goals that now remain at the forefront of his presidency. One, fostering an exceptional student experience that offers transformative learning experiences amid a campus environment that enriches lives and fosters a success. 2, investing in research and extension that impacts the lives of our citizens and improves the quality of life for all. And lastly, promoting a spirit of excellence that transcends everything we do on our campuses, ensuring our work serves the greater good of our institution and mission. Chris, in accepting the call to lead our institution, you join a distinguished group of educators and scholars who have played integral roles in shaping its history, guiding its direction, and chartering its success. We charge you with safeguarding Auburn's richest heritage and guiding its future, strengthening its role as a leading institution, and continuing our tradition of excellence across our academic, research, scholarship, and extension programs through service to our communities. I now invite Governor Kay Ivey, President of the Auburn University Board of Trustees and an Auburn alumna, to say a few words and officially install Dr. Roberts.
Well, good afternoon. It is indeed a good day for our beloved Auburn University. I'm honored to be here as your governor, president of the Board of Trustees, but especially I'm proud to be here as a proud Auburn alumna. My friends, like you, I love Auburn University. President Roberts, as someone who cares deeply about this campus, I am thrilled that we have you serving at the helm. There's no one better for the job. There are 3 characteristics a leader must have: character, competence, commitment. Chris no doubt has all 3, and I am confident that he will take this university we all love to even greater heights. He's proven he's an Auburn man through and through. He climbed the ladder in the College of Engineering, which has prepared him in a unique way for this responsibility. From being in the classroom teaching Auburn engineering students to serving as their dean and now president, Chris is focused on the students. Of course, we all know Chris was an engineer first, and engineers prioritize getting the job done and getting it done well. Now, Chris, if you don't mind, I'd like to share very briefly about the first time you and I met. Chris came to meet with me in my office at the Capitol. He shared some very specific points about his plans and goals for Auburn. It all sounded great. But I stopped him and said, "But Chris, you don't have the job yet." Well, today, Chris, I'd like to say you officially have it. All of us in this auditorium, students across the campus, their parents, alumni, literally around the world, are excited for your journey. We know an even better Auburn University is ahead of us. I look forward to working with you as we strive for excellence for Auburn and our state. I share your vision and your belief that our Auburn University can change Alabama and the world for the better. So, President Roberts, congratulations, and War Eagle! Now I'd like to ask President Roberts and Mr. Dumas to please stand and join me. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, we present to you today the President's Medallion. This medallion was first presented to President Harry Philpott at his installation 57 years ago. The front of the medallion is inscribed with the phrase, Truth flourishes where the student's lamp has shone. On the reverse side of the medallion is the Auburn University seal, which bears the three pillars at the heart of the university's mission: instruction, research, and extension. By the virtue of the authority of Auburn University and the Board of Trustees, we present you the seal of the university, the symbol of the high office which you now hold.
What is a leader?
A leader is someone who gets up early, who stays up late, who shows up always to inspire and motivate those he leads.
A good leader also is a great listener, a great follower, because he must use all of those tools as a leader.
When they have a tough decision to make, leaders let their values guide them. They find opportunity in every challenge and see leadership for the privilege that it is.
I believe a leader has vision, a vision that is not squandered in anything and anyone, but believes in everything and everyone.
Being a leader is about more than what you do. It's about who you are. At the end of the day, character is what counts. And the best leaders live by their values every day.
What makes a leader? The ability to make everybody else around you better.
I think a great leader needs to have integrity and be able to communicate with other people.
In other words, a leader brings people together.
And we have that leader in President Chris Roberts.
War Eagle. War Eagle. What an overwhelming feeling. I want to start by thanking the governor. Governor Ivey, thank you for your support of Auburn. And I really want you to know how honored I am to have this position, especially in being able to serve the citizenry of Alabama and our nation as president of this great university. I'd also like to start by thanking all of the members of the Auburn University Board of Trustees for this opportunity to serve as president. Auburn's an institution that I love deeply, and I think you all know that. I'd also like to thank each member of the Board of Trustees for their own devotion of time and energy and wisdom towards the betterment of our institution. I've so enjoyed working with you so far. I'd like to thank all the members of the Auburn family, especially our brilliant staff and faculty and students, as well as all the university leadership, and of course our amazing alumni base and our community partners. It truly is an amazing team. But over the course of my nearly 3 decades here at Auburn, I've worked with countless individuals who've helped me to become a better leader, a better scholar, a better educator, and even a better administrator. And in the process, all of you have helped shape my vision for Auburn University. In particular, I'd like to take a minute to thank Jay and Susie Gouge. Susie, thank you for being with us here today. Dr. Gouge laid a wonderful foundation for this institution upon which Tracy and I look forward to continuing our upward trajectory. I'd also like to take a minute for a personal indulgence here to thank Mr. George Outlaut for being here. George and Dot were very close to Tracy and I had the pleasure of holding the Outlaut Endowed Chair for the last several years. And George, I appreciate you traveling in today to spend time with us. Of course, I wouldn't be here today if it were not for my family and friends. my wonderful wife, Tracy, of nearly 25 years. I was holding it together until then. Of course, our two kids, Heather and Blue. Heather, thank you for being here today. And my mother, who's in the audience. Tracy's mom and sister suddenly couldn't be with us here today, but I look forward to sharing this moment with them. And my brothers, of course. And my brother Steve has meant so much to me in teaching me how to be a leader in his own way. He's a wonderful leader of his own company. As I was preparing for today, though, I thought about a phone call I made to my dad in 1994. I was a 27-year-old PhD student at Notre Dame, and I was interviewing for faculty positions at several different universities before coming to Auburn to interview. And after the first day on campus, I called my dad collect from the house phone at the University Hotel. Some of you remember collect calls, right? You're not going to believe this, but I spent 30 minutes on the concourse a couple of weeks ago trying to explain to our students how a collect call worked. Don't get them started on call waiting. Anyway, after that, during that phone call, I called my dad and I said, "Dad, I found it." And he said, "What is it?" And I said, "I found the university I intend to join." He said, "That's great. How much is the offer?" I said, "I don't have it yet, but I'm going to get it." And I worked really hard during that interview to land this job here at Auburn. You see, I wanted to join Auburn so badly because of a meaningful moment that occurred right in the middle of the interview. The chemical engineering department chair at the time, Bob Chambers, handed me a piece of paper. And when he handed me this piece of paper, he just said, "This document is really important to Auburn people." And he didn't say much else about it. So that evening, I carried that document to my hotel room. And in that room, I read the Auburn Creed for the first time. The fact that a public university had a stated set of values that has been embraced and in place since 1943 was truly amazing to me. And I fell in love with Auburn in that instance. And all these years later, I'm still as committed to the university in the same way that I was when I was striving to obtain my first position here. Personally, I believe that the Auburn Creed is the real differentiator for this university. The Creed's value is in that it exists at a public institution to provide guidance to the Auburn family. So since starting in my new role, I've spent the last 10 months visiting with our people across campus to learn more about our programs and our academic departments. And I've done this in order to better understand the breadth and the depth and, frankly, the beautiful complexity that is this university and the impact that we have on all of our constituents. I'm even more proud of Auburn than I was before I started the process, and frankly, I didn't think that was possible. So as many of you know, an installation like this of a president is a long-standing academic tradition. But for me, today's ceremony is not about the presidency. Rather, it's about the university. It's about the university, and it represents an opportunity to recognize our culture of excellence and the impact that we intend to have on the world. As a premier land-grant institution, this university is committed to enhancing lives through our innovative education, the impact of our research and scholarship, and the selfless approach that we take to extension, outreach, and service. So beginning this fall, we're going to initiate the process of crafting Auburn's next strategic plan. And the success of this effort is going to hinge on ensuring that we have a high level of buy-in from all of our constituents. I look forward to working with everyone in this effort. You see, Auburn is a remarkable university. Auburn is a remarkable university with tremendous potential for greatness. And we're at a crucial point in our advancement, and I believe that if we fully commit ourselves deliberately and vigorously to pursuing high-level goals, we can achieve our aspirations. So as I come upon my one-year anniversary as Auburn's president, I'd like to share with you where I hope to lead this university. And after spending almost 30 years here on this campus, I've developed a vision that rests upon 3 fundamental pillars that will be incorporated into our plan. These are 3 things that I know to already be fundamental to Auburn University, and they need to remain at the forefront. First, I'd like Auburn to be known for creating the best student-centered experiences in the nation. As I've said many times before, an Auburn education is not solely based on the content that we provide to our students. Yes, of course, the content is very important. But it must be coupled with extraordinary experiences that we provide inside and outside of the classroom. And my passion for this began in my own days as a student, and it stemmed from some very positive experiences that I had. Frankly, the 18-year-old version of me wouldn't believe that we were sitting here today. I'm sure my mother could think that I thought I was going to be a rock star or something. Certainly not an engineer, not a university professor, and certainly not a university president. My parents ran a music store when I was a kid, and I grew up in that music store, and so naturally music was a really significant part of my life. And by the way, how great was Rick Good and the band, the symphonic band? Amazing. Running that little music store, my family struggled in those days in that store. And frankly, I was only able to pursue my dream of attending college because of a Pell Grant scholarship that I received, along with every penny that my parents scraped together. And I played a few music gigs along the way and a few odd jobs. However, during the course of my first couple of years of college, a very inspiring person came into my life and changed my trajectory. This was chemistry professor Dr. David Girdham. He recognized the capability that I had in science and engineering, and he was a real inspiring teacher to me that drew from me an interest in the field that I never knew I had. He set up an advising appointment. He went that far as to set up an advising appointment for me in the chemical engineering department to consider a career in a field that I hadn't even heard of, much less dreamed of. Truth be told, that was very inspiring to me. Not the move to chemical engineering, but the fact that someone paid such careful attention to me and my future. So I've spent my entire life, my entire professional career, trying to replicate those experiences for our students. Every encounter that we have with a student is our opportunity to help them along their path. And we place considerable emphasis on ensuring that our academic programs and our student support systems provide transformative learning experiences and a quality Auburn experience. This is what happens when a theater major on our campus works with their faculty members through their coursework, but then is also able to hone their craft through an actual production of Chicago at the Telfair Pete Theater. Or this is exactly what happens when a nursing major who participates in a study abroad program in Ecuador works with professors to provide healthcare exams to women and children in an impoverished country, bringing their education to life. So we do all of this to make sure that they are successful as students, but it also sets the foundation that parlays this into a lifetime of success for them and their families. So I wish everyone affiliated with Auburn could see what I'm able to witness as president. There aren't many organizations that engage with constituents in the number of different ways that Auburn University does. And from this role, I'm able to view this beautiful, colorful tapestry that is Auburn University, where each person's experience on this campus represents a thread through that vibrant tapestry. So whether you're a student or a faculty member or a staff member or even an alum, everyone interacts with different people on our campus in a multitude of ways. And your thread weaves and touches different people's threads to make up your own unique Auburn experience. One of those threads in that tapestry can be illustrated through alumna Ashley Ward and her experiences when she was here. Ashley was in the School of Communications and Journalism, and that school partners with the athletics program's War Eagle Productions, and they provide a sports production major and opportunities to engage hands-on at sporting events and network with industry professionals. Well, as a result of that, Ashley interned at ESPN, where she was eventually hired. And recently, Ashley was named to Forbes 30 Under 30 as she's the youngest director in ESPN's history. And she directs shows like SportsCenter, a show I like so much. Clearly, Ashley's campus experiences created for her a unique thread for her success at the highest levels of her industry. So I want everybody on our campus to have this rich, intricately woven set of experiences. But I particularly want this for our students. And I appreciated Jake mentioning that earlier. I want every interaction that they have from the time their application is read until I shake their hand at graduation and all of the thousands of touch points in between to be exceptional. So far we've talked about making sure that we've got wonderful, exceptional experiences for our students. Second thing we're going to talk about involves elevating our impact. To secure and sustain a leadership position among the nation's transformative universities, we must thoughtfully expand our research, extension, and outreach. This requires a very deliberate effort to increase our research and creative scholarship and to grow our extramural funding portfolio. The ways in which this university improves our world is really countless, and frankly, our constituents are counting on us to make those contributions. Let's use this one as another example of one of those threads. It involves the research conducted by veterinary medicine professor Doug Martin and Dr. Heather Gray Edwards, a UMass professor and alum of our vet school. Their thread weaved together to change the life of a 14-year-old girl named JoJo. JoJo has GM1 gangliosidosis, which is a rare disorder that destroys nerve cells in the brain and in the spinal cord, and it causes loss of mobility and speech, and it moves quickly. So Martin and Gray Edwards, they developed with their colleagues a gene therapy to improve the quality of life and lifespan in cats. And they were so successful with that work that they translated that into a set of clinical trials. JoJo was the first child to participate in that NIH trial study in 2019. And she's shown really significant improvement. She's now able to feed herself and to sit up. And clearly, all of these threads intertwined and were highly impactful. The work that we undertake matters. So another example would be in our School of Fisheries, where the research that our aquaculture team has done is feeding millions of people around the world by providing affordable and nutritional protein. Or the fact that our McCrary Institute is making our world more cyber secure. I could go on listing example after example of impactful work that's interwoven through the threads of this university. And indeed, our research and our extension and our outreach capabilities are already world-class. But over the last 6 years, including the fact that over the last 6 years, we've increased our research expenditures on this campus by $100 million. And that's moved us into the top 100 of research universities. And I think that's a really wonderful accomplishment. But here's what I know. I know that we have become quite comfortable being quite good. I know that we have the ability and the capability to do even more. We've earned the right to dream the biggest dreams. And that's what I'm asking each person on this campus to do. Push yourself to dream bigger, to be bolder, to pursue excellence in all that you do. And by becoming a little bit uncomfortable, pushing ourselves to even greater heights, we will emerge as an even stronger institution. And over the next few years, my goal for the university is to literally double our research enterprise on this campus again. But to be clear, an increase in funding is not the end goal. It's about the impact that our research can have because of this growth and because our research matters. By doubling our research enterprise, we'll be able to fund twice as many PhD students, twice as many creative scholarship projects, and double the impact of our research. But to reach our goal of doubling our research enterprise, we're also going to need to be very strategic in the investment of our resources to maximize our impact. So far I've talked about making sure we have exceptional experiences and impactful work. That leads to my third pillar. The attainment of our goals will require a commitment to a culture of excellence and innovation in everything that we do. And we will work tirelessly to recruit and reward and retain exceptional talent. And I'll work to place considerable emphasis on fostering a campus environment where everybody's able to take their research and their educational pursuits while feeling welcomed, valued, respected, and engaged. Excellence and innovation are more than just words. They're ideals, benchmarks to which the entire Auburn community can aspire. And aspiring to excellence occurs every time a student studies just a little bit harder for that test, or rereads that paper one more time to ensure that it's the best that it can be. Excellence occurs every time a faculty member executes a research idea that pushes the limits of their field. And it also occurs every day when our wonderful staff maintains and builds our beautiful facilities, or pushes technological innovations, or helps our students secure that needed financial assistance, or even provide us a safe environment to work in. It even happens when our running back finds a way to get that extra yard on third down. It even happens when Coach Pearl takes off to talk to the refs while Burgo holds onto his belt to make sure that he doesn't go too far onto the court. It's doing what it takes because you aspire to be excellent. And this is why I'm so excited about helping people do their jobs well, because what we do really matters, and the effort that we pour into our students and to our work can change the trajectory of people's lives. No wonder there's such a demand for an Auburn education. And in this role as president, I'm often asked, what does the Auburn family mean to me? Simply put, it means everything. Everything. The Auburn family and the spirit that we have on this campus is a true mark of distinction. And in my time here, we've changed and we've grown and we've advanced our teaching methods. We've brought in leading scholars who are doing some amazing work. But you know what's remarkable? We've done it in a truly, uniquely Auburn way. Our goal should be to leverage our unique strengths to achieve an elevated level of excellence. And our community culture and shared vision of excellence is rooted in the Auburn Creed, and it underpins the tenets of my decision-making, and it keeps us forging ahead with a spirit that is not afraid. So as your president, I'm going to dedicate myself to this vision that I've discussed. But I can't do this alone. And many of you have supported this university for decades with your time and your treasures and your talents. And I know I can count on you to continue your support. And if we work together, the tapestry that is Auburn can weave in even more threads and become even more beautiful. As I close, I want you to know that I believe in educating the next generation of brilliant scholars and citizens who will serve the needs of Alabama and the nation and the world. And I believe in enabling our faculty and staff to be the leaders in their fields and engage the community with their research and their creative scholarship. And I believe in the hard work that it will take to make this a reality. And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it. And I thank you very much. War Eagle.
On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, we thank those of you who are here in person and on the live stream for being a part of this momentous occasion. This is indeed an exciting day for the Auburn family. This concludes our ceremony. For those of you who are with us here today, please join us in the lobby for a reception, and War Eagle.